Hi, and welcome back to Wicked Wands Tarot. My name's Carmen, and today we have a reading about somebody that has had the strength and fortitude to focus on themselves and not get caught up in a love affair or a relationship that didn't really match what they were looking for. In other words, we have somebody here that didn't settle. And as a result, we have something coming in that feels a little bit too good to be true, but it actually is true. So, some sort of reward or prize, something that you dreamt of, but didn't know if it would actually ever happen. But feels kind of like a love reading to me. Hello there, James. How are you doing? Happy Saturday. So, let's call in spirit with a little bit of wind chime time. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Hello, Rob. How are you? Um, yeah, let's dive into the um, romance angels since I kind of feel like this might be a love situation. I'm curious to find out if it's like new or somebody's coming back around. It kind of feels new, but we'll see. It might have been, you know, requiring a little bit of patience for someone to have the time to heal. Keep an open mind and romantic feelings. So, your feelings are real and worth exploring, and your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. So, keep an open mind. Don't, shut everything down in zero point 0.3 seconds. It feels to me like there's something really exciting for you happening in the near future. Hello there, Brandon. How are you? Hello, Nermine. Hello, David. Hello, Isaiah. Good morning. Hi, Voodoo. Hello, David. Hello, Karen. How are y'all doing? Yes, exactly. If you don't find yourself in a situation that makes you feel stuck, then you have the power to make choices. You have more empowerment, right? All right, let's go with the energy oracle to get a couple more from the oracle side of things, and then we'll dive into the tarot. Ooh, did you? Yeah, dreams can be pretty significant in terms of intuition, so it's a good idea to it's a good idea to pay attention to them. I know some people believe that if you keep a glass of water by your bedstand and drink water right as you wake up, that can help you remember what you dreamt of. Oh, Lordy. Yeah. You get to a certain point where when people lie to you, you're just kind of like, really? You think I'm going to believe that? Come on. So we have the second chakra, Archangel Ariel. And then we also have cornucopia. So second chakra is self reflection. And that's exactly what I mentioned, right? We had somebody that said, I don't need to get caught up in a romance or a situation that doesn't feel right for me. I'm going to, finish up some of the work I have in front of me in terms of transmuting pain into beauty, and whatever is meant for me will be for me, right? Well, do you know what cornucopia is? That's like all of the things that you want. It's always got this like golden hue to it. Oh, you guys, this is exciting. Very positive reading. All right, let's get into the tarot. I think we'll go with the Golden Art Nouveau for you guys. What else do we have for this lovely love reading? The Nine of Pentacles and the Ace of Swords. Yet more confirmation that we have, whoever this reading is for, we have somebody here that has been working on their own ish, right? Not letting other toxic energy distract them or get them off their course. We have somebody who is listening to their intuition, which is absolutely confirmed by this Ace of Swords. You see the truth, you understand the truth. Shit, you might even be the truth. You might be that person that people go to for advice because you understand the importance of things like boundaries, communication. We could even go so far as to say deal breakers. You know what's right for you and what isn't, and you're not going to like waste time getting caught up in those karmic cycles anymore, right? Hello, Miss Joanna. Did you say, oh, I thought it said Sunday, and I was like, no, no, I need my Saturday. Hello, Storm. How are you doing? I'm glad, Rob. Hello, Miss Tiana. How are you doing? So, keep in mind that one of the things that has served you really well is your willingness to be honest with yourself and with other people. So, do whatever you can to maintain that authenticity. Because I feel like that's why we're getting this cornucopia. Worth calling out that this cornucopia is number 11, so that could be a sign that we have twin flames here, but it doesn't have to be, of course. Oh my gosh. Do you guys see that? It's the Emperor and the Empress in the reverse. What? I like this takes my breath away. I've never seen them come out together both in the reverse. I've seen them come out together both in the upright, which is also quite shocking and like incredible. But honestly, this feels to me like I'm reading for somebody who has dealt with like the worst of the worst, like a lot of difficult friendships, perhaps some difficult family relationships. Like, I feel like I'm reading for two people that have dealt with really negative influences in their life, not just in the sense of romantic relationships, but also friendships and probably also family, right? And this is basically just screaming at me like I know exactly what I don't want. And if anybody evokes this kind of energy where I know they're going to hold me back, or I know that they aren't about development and becoming a better person each day, that authenticity and honesty with themselves, then I'm not here for it. Like, wow. That's very serious energy to me. Like, there's a reason why we have one or two people here that were very insistent on maintaining their independence until they found what they knew they wanted. No more games. Yeah. Four of Cups in the reverse. Eight of Pentacles. Queen of Wands. This is like, I'll know when it's my person. I'll know when the time is right. And if it isn't, then it isn't. And I have work that I could be doing. I'm not going to slack on the work that I need to do just to be distracted by people who are low vibe, you know? Wow, this is powerful energy too. The Queen of Wands, as many of you may know, she's kind of like the mascot for the channel because this is somebody who accepts, that we don't have everybody in our lives for as long as we would want them to be, right? So we have to look at it as life is kind of like a river. Sometimes you stop at a port, you have some great burgers, but you can't keep eating that same burger every day. You got to go down the river, you got to go with the flow. And who knows, maybe you'll end up at some fabulous barbecue joint. Like, you got to appreciate that it's a journey and it's not one that you have a remote control for. You just have to enjoy, right? Yes, exactly. It's not always easy to be patient, right, Rob? Hello there, Jay. How are you doing? Yeah, it's like that sometimes, Isaiah. But it's better that we be surprised at times versus consistently expecting the worst because you create that reality, right? So we have a Queen of Wands here who is confident, right? The Queen of Wands doesn't, let's be real, doesn't have to be a female. This could be anybody out there. It's an energy, right? This is somebody who knows their worth, somebody who's been through some battles, somebody who's a hard worker, and somebody who still has like a curiosity and a zest for life despite going through some difficult situations or some difficult betrayals. I do feel like this is likely somebody who has experienced some sort of infidelity or major dishonesty from somebody they expected that they could trust, and found a way to heal from that so that they could still be open minded for love when it came around. Three of Swords, as I'm talking about that. Three of Swords is about heartache. Wow. King of Wands in the reverse. The King of Wands in the reverse to me generally evokes like that bully energy, somebody who is argumentative, doesn't really like to be held accountable, can also be a bit of a player or somebody who doesn't really understand the concept or want to be a part of a monogamous relationship. This feels to me like who taught the Queen of Wands a lesson. Interesting though, because generally I see these two as divine counterparts. But if he's coming out in the reverse, it kind of feels to me like what we have is somebody that has learned that superficial relationships are not really worth all the time and effort. So I feel like we have somebody here who could be a bit celibate or very selective, at least, in terms of who they actually engage with, whether it's emotionally or physically. And good for you. You should be selective. The Tower and the Eight of Swords in the reverse. I have like a little bit of a chuckle there because both of these cards signal that somebody has woken up and decided to like change things. Like, I finally realized that part of the issue was I was letting these people be in my life when they were just trying to use me or they were, lying to me. I'm gonna, scorch earth approach this like, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. You're cool. Fuck you, I'm out. Like, if you don't have the same perspective, if you aren't respectful of me, then I don't need you. I'm not interested in entertaining anything unless you can demonstrate or, make it clear that you have the same good intentions that I have. So I view this Page of Pentacles as somebody who had the offer to, or the opportunity to make an offer, but do you see how he's kind of like almost hesitant to hand it over to somebody, like hiding it? Like, no, 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 this is my heart. It's been broken and shattered, but I have repaired it. I'm just not interested in anybody else getting near it until I've vetted them out. So with that underneath the Four of Cups in the reverse, it's like, I'm not discontent or like opposed to the idea of being in a relationship, but you're going to have to like kind of work for it, right? And then we have the Hierophant. Wow. There is a significant like increase in your, I think, intuition, your wisdom, your ability to help others. You are seeing things in a way that most people struggle to understand, right? Like you see, what's a good way to explain it? Well, I'll just use like a brewery as an example. It's become, kind of trendy to have all of the workings of the brewery visible to people when they go into a restaurant where they brew beer on site, right? And so you can just kind of stand there and admire the process. You generally probably don't see as much activity as, say, like, those candy shops that let you watch them make the fudge or whatever it is. When you get to see the actual process, you have like a greater appreciation for whatever the product actually is, or so the theory goes. I feel like you understand the workings behind, like, it's like you speak the language of the universe. So, karma is real, for example. And this has served you well. You have figured out what to invest in and what not to. This is interesting. I feel like there was a false twin flame or a false soulmate that felt really real. Um, it was difficult to accept for this Queen of Wands energy that whoever this King of Wands in the reverse energy is or was not the right partner, right? Like there was something, maybe even like a trauma bond that made it feel like you two were meant to be. But you have since realized that there was like a missing element in this partner or this love interest, and that was stability. This person would not offer consistency, monogamy, um, an open, honest relationship. And that meant you realized I need to be open to new experiences, new people. I'm waiting until I find somebody that has that ability to be stable alongside me. So I do feel like we're dealing with somebody who wants to be in a relationship. The issue is not being willing, and it's not really an issue. It's like a win. Like not being willing to be in a relationship with just anybody just because you want to have somebody there, right? Like that's not good enough. I can talk to my cat. What's up? All right, let's go with a few from the situations deck. Are you all right, Miss Tiana? Oh, there she is, the Divine Feminine. I'm pretty sure I put this in the Divine Feminine playlist. Receipts. It's like definitely bouncer vibes, right? Like, oh no, I know exactly how great I look in this amazing dress. I know my worth. I know that if you're going to be with me, is that a Spice Girls song? If you want to be my lover. This Divine Feminine, again, could be anyone, doesn't have to be a female. It's like, no, 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 I've been fooled before. We're going to check the authenticity before we have any kind of like celebrations, okay? Like, I ain't got time to waste with the fakers, the pretenders, the liars, the narcissists. Like, nope, 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 nope. So, yeah, serious business here. And generally speaking, in the context of a twin flame situation, the Divine Feminine tends to ascend faster than the Divine Masculine and inspires the Divine Masculine to then ascend as well. So this receipts, proof, show me really kind of comes across to me that in the context of a community, or at the very least in the context of a potential relationship, we have the Divine Feminine really demonstrating I have been working on my healing. I have been working on building my empire. I feel beautiful. I am happy on my own, but I'm also happy to be in a relationship if it's the right one, right? Because yes, we have past that has happened, but this doesn't define me. The fact that I have scars just adds to my unique beauty, right? This Divine Feminine feels like they have become a better person for what they've gone through. And that's why we started off with the tree. The tree is about strength, healing, and physical and mental health, right? So we have somebody here who has been working. Nice. Oh, damn. And we got Archangel Michael offering protection here. You guys, this is like near future. There's a sense of urgency here for somebody, like I can't wait, or I need to do this now. This is my window of opportunity. There's like a magnetic pull here, and it's like Michael is saying, oh yeah, take a left at the next turn, like a GPS or something. Nice. Dang, that's an insane schedule, Isaiah. We have lockbox, an intervention in the reverse. Yeah, we This is interesting, you guys, because we do have protection from Michael, but we don't have others involved or rescue. So this feels to me like one of those situations where, are there people that could help you? Yes. Should you do this by yourself? Yes. That's a good example. So I have a friend that doesn't always do well with the ending of a relationship that is no longer making them happy. And it's a little bit of a struggle for me to understand that. I mean, I guess sometimes timing impacts, how safely you can remove yourself from a situation. But in this particular context, it was like, I'm just going to wait until something kind of like blows up and then they'll break up with me. And I was on the other end of the phone, like, just rip the band aid off. You know that it's like done, then just like end it, right? Like, we often are given opportunities to take action or to sit back and do nothing. And in almost every one of those tests or situations, it's almost always best to take action and be responsible for your own outcome, right? That doesn't mean you need to manipulate. That doesn't mean you have to control everything. Doesn't mean you have to be the person that decides where you go out to eat with your love interest every time, right? But if you know that you need a change in your life, don't wait for other people to do that shit for you. Demonstrate that you are the real MVP. You got this, right? A little inspiration for you. I had never used a circular saw before when I was doing some home remodeling, and I was waiting, trying to like be helpful. I was in a relationship at the time, just let like, you know, them handle the more difficult parts. And I was sitting there and I was like, okay, I could do this. So I used the saw. Use the saw. Use the saw. You can do it. Be careful. Don't cut your fingers. Measure twice, cut once, like be smart about it. But yeah, exactly, Isaiah. YouTube it. You can do that shit. This is a good time for me to say my videos are for entertainment purposes only. But like, if you have something that you need to get done and you know that you can manage it, but you instead decide to wait and let somebody else handle that for you, I love you, but you're not being fully in control of your own life, right? We can't wait for other people to rescue us or make the decisions or the moves that we need to make when we have the key. Okay. If you have the key to this lock, don't wait for somebody else to come and do that shit for you. Be an agent of your own happiness. Make shit happen. Like, I remember a friend of mine was talking about wanting to convert her basement in order to be able to do some photography, like red light, whatever shit, processing. What is it called? Darkroom. I got there eventually, you guys. And when she told me this, I like worked on some shit, made some connections, found some stuff, and like was ready to like come over the next day and help her like reorganize that area. And she's like, Carmen, you're kind of insane. Like, you make a decision and then you're just like 80 miles an hour. And I was like, well, yeah, I'm not going to like wait for other people to do that shit. And if I can be helpful, I'm going to do it. Right. That's the kind of self initialization that whoever I'm reading for, they have figured out how to do that. They're not letting other people get in their way and they're not relying on other people to do the hard work for them either. And that's why we have cornucopia. That's why we have the stars, which is, seeing things that you weren't sure would happen for you actually come true, right? Yeah, exactly. You crack me up. Oh my. So we might have some Aries energy here, because keep in mind we have the King of Wands in reverse up here as well. as the Emperor in the reverse. So you may have Aries in your chart or this person, but it's a lot of Aries energy, okay? So we have somebody here who created some turbulence, created some tension. It was like a step backwards, right? But sometimes you take one step backward and then two steps forward. And I feel like that's what's happening here. Somebody took a step back, said, this isn't really what I want. This isn't the right situation for me. I'm going to reassess the situation. I'm going to end what isn't working for me. And then I'm going to, make some decisions, make some plans, figure out what I want to do in terms of pivoting towards the thing that I do want. So this is a very thoughtful individual that doesn't just make decisions on the fly. Measure twice, cut once, right? You are smart. Queen of Swords, Ace of Wands. Queen of Swords, this is somebody who can get to the conclusion of a math problem faster than everybody else. This is somebody who, predicted that Tom Sandoval would cheat. This is somebody who's very perceptive, doesn't get fooled very easily because they've been through some shit. I've seen some shit. I know what that looks like. Already been through that. Not going to be dealing with that. And what's the line at the bottom here? Take action on your ideas. The will to create, energy, inspiration, creation, force, strength, and gain. When you have the strength to put the effort behind your dreams or aspirations, that's when you have those dreams come true, right? That's when you feel powerful because you've actually, done the thing. It's like, I don't need to have a to-do list for my cleaning chores, but I like when I do because it's like, oh yeah, no, I did the laundry. I even put the clothes away. Sometimes we have to do little things like that to, I didn't even put you back, to further motivate ourselves to stay on track with that and kind of solidify that behavior. Because once you get used to that, it's really hard to go back to a situation where you feel like you have to ask somebody else to do something for you, right? All right, so we have the Hermit, the King of Swords in the reverse, and the Five of Swords in the reverse. Yeah, I think the majority of you have dealt with people that were controlling or manipulative in some way, perhaps specifically harsh with their words, unwilling to recognize when you did something right. And it pushed you to a situation where you said, you know what, we can, be civil, but I'm not going to be in this environment anymore. I'm not going to do this anymore. And I feel like if or when they offer to make amends, you're going to be like, miss me with that shit. I'm not here for it. You can apologize. I can forgive you. That's cool. But you're not getting back in my life. I am perfectly content over here by myself, not dealing with your shit anymore. And it feels to me like you have really started to enjoy your own company. You don't need to have that external validation, hanging out with others, telling you, oh, you're funny. Bitch, I know I'm funny. You have your confidence. You don't need to have somebody tell you your hair looks great or your nails are fire. You're just like, no, I feel pretty good. Feel pretty good. Fool in the reverse and the Tower in the reverse. So we did have the Tower in the upright up here. This is interesting. I think this is karma for the person that was manipulative to you. It's like watching you have the things they wanted to have because you took action on this relationship or this situation, and they continue to be like going through difficult situations that they brought on themselves, right? I don't think they have really figured out it's their behavior that makes things difficult for them. If they were to change their behavior, then maybe they would be able to um, have a better experience. But they're getting what they put out, right? Oh, I'm so excited. We have the Empress in the upright. So, in other words, when you don't have this oppressive, controlling, disruptive energy around you, you get to ascend to Empress level, or you have ascended to Empress level. You know now how to maintain your own like strength and energy and not let other people influence it or drown it out with their BS, right? It's all in there. Exactly. That's excellent, Rob. There's a tenacious D joke in there somewhere, but I'm gonna leave it to you guys in the comments. Shut up. I can't right now, you guys. What the fuck? So we had them in the reverse, and now we have them in the upright. What? Should I just end it here? Is that all we need? It's in the same column. This is too much for me. Whoever you are and whoever your person is, you both have been good on the boundaries, good on the healing, good on focusing on what you need to focus on. And that's why you have like, what song is that? Is that the chicken dance? So you're going to chicken dance your way on over to each other. So if you haven't run into this person, you're going to. You're going to be made aware of your divine counterpart. And there's that Eight of Pentacles again. We had that up here. It's because you put in the work. It's because you have healed. Good for you. Go ahead. Do a happy dance. Maybe high five yourself. I would high five you if I was there. And now we have the Two of Cups. You guys, I'm going to faint. Hambone, hold me. Where are you? Hambone. Oh, my cats are all messed up, you guys. No. So, are you actually coming? So we have this Two of Cups here. This is the cornucopia or the abundance that is coming your way. You know, it's worth mentioning that the Two of Cups can also be talking about a partnership. For some of you, this could be like a record deal or a book deal. But I think for most of you, this is a love situation because we did have romantic feelings coming out, right? But we also have the Devil, Seven of Cups in the reverse, Judgment in the reverse. I think this is the universe trying to warn you. Yes, you have walked away from somebody that was controlling and annoying, not willing to be held accountable. They're going to be a little upset when they see that you have come out of your hermit mode, you have come out of your Nine of Pentacles mode, you have decided you are willing once again to entertain a relationship with somebody because there's somebody here that is on your page or on your level. And whoever this devil energy is from your past, or possibly somebody who's just, obsessed or jealous, they're going to be potentially reaching out with a little bit of anger because they were not chosen. They think you've chosen incorrectly. It could be this King of Wands in the reverse that was so convinced, or convincing that you two were supposed to be together, right? I don't know how to, there's too many cards, you guys. We'll just put you guys over here. All right, we're going to get a few from the Earth and Bone Oracle, and then we'll clarify maybe with the Everyday Witch. Hot yoga with barbecue? That sounds sweaty. What else do we have? Well, we've been talking about it, haven't we? I still can't believe that we had the Emperor and the Empress come out together twice. Twice. You know yourself, you know what you want, and you're not settling, and that's why you're getting what it is that you want. Come on. Playing hard to get. Psh. All right. And surrender. So we have number 34 and number 6. Letting go, trust, consideration, and expansion. I don't know, maybe you like the shroomies. Maybe you're just totally psychedelic. I mean, this kind of looks a little psychedelic too with the butterfly. You're going to be seeing a whole new world. No, I'm not going to sing it. So this is saying the same thing as keep an open mind. This might not be somebody that is just like other people that you've dated, but that's the reason it works. It might not be, you know, the King of Wands that you expected because you're in your Queen of Wands energy, but that's because you have already turned into the Empress and you have an Emperor, or you have already turned into the Emperor and you have an Empress, whichever it is. This is like the meeting of two very wise individuals that know what they want and probably think the other one looks great in jeans, right? There's chemistry here. All right, let's get some clarity with the Everyday Witch. What else do we have about cornucopia? Justice in the reverse. This has been a long time coming. It feels to me like you've gone through a number of losses or disappointments that made this journey kind of feel long. Kind of makes me think of the movie Big Fish. Like the dude gets sidetracked by that town where they throw your shoes over the electrical wire. And doesn't get to like meet up with his buddy for a while, right? He gets kind of like sidetracked. I feel like some of you had a side mission and you were like, I don't have time for a side mission. Why are we doing this? But things are falling into place now. Things are starting to make sense. Tell me about the romantic feelings, please. We have Hierophant in the reverse. Oh, sorry, Temperance in the reverse. They're both yoga things, so there you go, Miss Tiana, yoga. Page of Swords in the reverse. So we had two people that are coming together with the shared experience of like dealing with negative energy, perhaps dealing specifically with gossip or people who lie about the situation that you're involved in. These are two people that have battled to have some sort of balance and stability in their own life that after figuring it out now want to, potentially link up tubes on the river, share a cooler. I know. Don't you miss her? I do. King of Cups in the reverse, Ten of Swords. But we had to have an ending. We had to have a sense of finality. We had to have a sense of recovery from a difficult relationship that helped us ascend so that we were prepared for this level of relationship, right? If you aren't at the Empress level, if you aren't at the Emperor level, then the universe doesn't really want you to be with that person you're supposed to be with, right? You got to like both figure out the escape room. in order to party together. Oh, Lord. What's that? That's the Two of Cups. That's all about love. Feelings. All right. Tell me more about Michael, please. Michael is hiding from me. Where are you? I know something flipped over. Don't lie to me. Did it flip all the way over? Damn it. All right. Sorry, guys. I'm no good at this. Tell me about Michael. Six of Pentacles in the reverse. Eight of Cups. So at some point we had an intuitive message or a magnetic pull, something that was Michael telling you, hey, this is not your scene. This is not for you. That line from Alessia Cara, and I don't want to be here with people who don't care about my well-being, something like that. I'm probably totally destroying that. But just like, I'm going to walk away because I put more energy or effort into this than you do, or you treat me unfairly, right? Oops, that's Michael. Tell me about the Hierophant, please. The Sun in the reverse. There's a relationship that's going to happen in the near future for you. You may not have met this person yet, or you may not know yet that this is the person that you're supposed to be with, but I feel like it's in the near future that you find this out. Now we have kind of a jubilant Judgment card and the Nine of Wands, which tells me that somebody is realizing, I think the, days of toxic relationships, or perhaps even this Nine of Pentacles kind of solitude, are coming to a close because somebody is meant to be in a divine union here. No need to be fighting those battles alone, right? We have the King of Swords in the reverse. So we do have somebody that is hoping to cause a little bit of an upset here. So I would say just be communicative if you do get into a relationship, that there's somebody who may have a little bit of a tough time with that, and encourage that open and direct conversation about situations like that so that there aren't any surprises or arguments that could be avoided. I'm going to grab just a few from the Everyday Tarot. There's that Nine of Swords. I think we had that. No, that was the Nine of Wands. Nine of Swords is anxiety. Hanged Man in the reverse. Somebody not taking action out of fear. So this is a little bit of a heads up that it's important for you to have that open mind, right? Keep an open mind came out, because if you overthink this, or if you don't let yourself move towards this person that makes you happy, then this is not really how I like to say things, but then you let the devil win. The devil is saying, I want to make you afraid to be in a relationship so that you don't get what you deserve. And Michael is saying, oh, no, that's your person. And you better fucking, I wrapped it specially for you. Like, you basically ordered that, like, Weird Science style. Like, let's do this, right? So don't walk away from something that is clearly meant for you, because I think you'll have a strong intuitive pull to this person, and you'll know that that's the right situation for you. Exactly. I can't argue with Michael. All right, you guys, I'm going to leave it there. I hope you enjoyed the reading. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for likes and subscribes, and I will see you on the next reading.